Digital PR is all the rage right now within SEO. It's definitely a worthwhile activity when it's done right. Not only can it yield high authority links from trustworthy sites, but it helps with brand awareness as well. But is digital PR going to be the one magic bullet you're looking for in terms of driving SEO results and dominating the rankings? Probably not. In today's video, we're going to shed more light on the benefits of digital PR and talk about how investing in PR links may in fact be holding you back in some areas without even realising. Keep watching. I'm Amit from Links Guy. I've been doing SEO and link building since 2016 and I've seen tactics come and go over the years. PR has always been something that I've seen clients do alongside their SEO activity, and it definitely has its own benefits and can really help enhance a good SEO strategy. But with PR converging more and more with link building, the lines are increasingly becoming blurred. There are also misunderstandings about the role of digital PR and the belief that it can somehow completely replace link building. If you want to make sure you're clued up about the efficient use of digital PR and knowing how link building fits into the picture, make sure you keep watching. PR is great for building a volume of links and boosting brand authority, but can't be the only source of links. What does this mean? Look, when you get links in media outlets, it's a really good source of what you would call high authority links. Now, I'm not talking about some arbitrary measure of authority like DA or DR, but true authority. A strong backlink profile should be diverse, and certainly when we compare a client's website against competitors, we will uncover if they have links from top tier media, in which case it would be a good idea to match them and also do your own PR campaign, and to make it a regular activity that you do up to at least a few times a year. But it's normal to have most of your links from lower to medium authority sites as well, and if competitors have links from other industries or very niche specific websites, you also need to make sure you can match them there as well. A diverse backlink profile requires a diverse set of tactics. Your major focus should be on securing links from relevant sites. Yes, the amount of traffic a website gets or its authority is one marker of quality, but it can't be the only factor to focus on. Relevance is something Google will look at when assigning weightage to links, so that's where link building can come in and has an advantage over many digital PR services. Digital PR tends to focus on larger publications that are more what you might call mass media, and may not be completely aligned with your niche or your company's target audience. Yes, the page itself may be talking about a relevant topic, but it will mainly be relevant only at the page level rather than domain level. Link building, however, if it's done correctly, can involve reaching out to sites within your industry or very specific crossover sectors. Sure, the sites will generally be smaller, but you can get on some very niche relevant blogs which may be much more likely to be aligned with your target audience. When reaching out to journalists and media, you'll, in the vast majority of cases, only secure a link to your homepage if you get a link at all. Sometimes you can get a link to a specific blog post or product page, but it is very nuanced and specific to the campaign. For instance, if a product itself is central to the news story, then that may be more possible. Now compare this to a campaign we ran in the tattoo sector. We were able to pitch guest posts to US based tattoo studios. So being small businesses, they were just happy to have someone approach them and help with content, and they were fine with us linking to a commercial page. So that was a really good tactic that probably we couldn't replicate if we were doing PR link building. It's often a lot harder to predict how much a campaign will be successful or not. Digital PR is a very creative process, and a lot of the success of a story is dependent on what a journalist or their editor feels is relevant. What they may think is a great idea at first, on paper, they may later decide to just kill the story if editorial decides to go in another direction. So trending events and holidays is a common way of creating digital PR campaigns. That can really help in terms of making your story more timely But there is a double-edged sword to this as well. Newsrooms become very busy in the run-up to Christmas or around events like Valentine's Day, for instance. So much so that it can often be quite hard to cut through all the noise because of the sheer amount of stories that the publication is working on. Link building can also be prone to seasonal challenges, however, as you may see a slowdown in replies around the holiday period or the 4th of July, for instance, but you can mitigate against that by focusing on a sector which is more active. For instance, when we were doing link building for a fitness news brand, we found many sectors would take time off around the holiday period, so a lot of small to medium-sized businesses will often be off. So we would focus on something like the travel sector, and we would find that most travel businesses or travel bloggers were attending their emails, and they tended to be fairly responsive and active right up to Christmas Day. You could also do the same with your PR strategy, and you would then have to focus on niche media that would be more likely to run your story, but that would dwindle your potential pool of targets, so something to keep in mind. Gaining coverage in the media is going to be dependent on the deemed newsworthiness of the story that you're pitching at that point in time, as we said. And depending on current affairs and how much of the journalist's focus these stories are taking, it might impact your campaign success rate. I tend to see this being more of an issue if you're doing only national level media outreach and there is a really hot story, like perhaps a political story, or there's a national scandal that's just dominating the news at that time. It can sometimes be hard to kind of cut through that noise. So this is when going more niche relevant will have an advantage, as niche publications or businesses in specific sectors still need to publish content, and link building generally won't be as impacted by those kind of changes in the news cycle that might happen with, for instance, like the political story or the scandals dominating the news. Okay, so Google previously had said that nofollow links do have some SEO value. That, you know, there has been some recent murmurs that brand mentions also do have some value as well, and the Google Panda patent does talk about this. However, we need to understand this comes with a few caveats. Nofollow links are not going to completely replace do follow backlinks, and Danny Sullivan did clarify what was said when the SEO world at one point was abuzz with posts about how no follow links still pass value, and they confirmed, of course, that they would use them as a hint, but that didn't mean that they would give them much weightage. So, you know, there's a tweet here from Danny Sullivan covering that. Brand mentions can help in terms of driving brand search, and if you get PR coverage and it secures some brand mentions, it's not the end of the world, but implied links like this do not count as actual links. They are part of the ratio that's used to determine site quality that decides how the site or parts of the site rank compared to other relevant pages. And John Mueller did say that brand mentions can be useful for helping users become aware of a website, but when he was asked about whether they pass SEO value, he did actually refute this.
Just for users, because if they can find your website through that mention, then that's always a good thing, but I wouldn't assume that there's like some, I don't know, SEO factor that is trying to figure out where someone is mentioning your website name.
You'll see with some news conglomerates that once you get a story published in one news site, it does get syndicated in several sister publications. For instance, Go Banking Rates, if you get something published there, it will be on Yahoo, Nasdaq, or if you're in the UK, then The Sun, The Mirror, or The Star might kind of syndicate links. There's nothing necessarily wrong with this, it's just that it can drive more brand awareness and potential referral traffic, but I don't believe that the link equity is multiplied, and John Mueller has talked about this on a post on Reddit. So my theory is what Google probably has done is they've factored this in, and they're fully aware of media outlets that syndicate links, since they do it so often that the pattern is probably quite easy to see. So they'll assign some kind of overall value, and it's likely that those multiple syndicated links probably get counted as one link or slightly more than one link. So if you are doing PR link building and the KPI does count syndicated links within there, just keep this in mind. 10 syndicated links won't be as good as 10 individual links from completely different entities. It's safe to say that PR link building takes a lot more resources, and at least from the current market, it is considerably more expensive. On average, a good link building agency is going to charge at least around $300 to $500 per link, maybe slightly more, but a digital PR agency you'd expect to pay around $700 to $1,000 per link or higher, and that's if they offer a link KPI, and some don't offer guarantees. So while it's not purely about the number of backlinks when you're in a competitive market and you're going up against sizable competitors, there is to some extent still a volume game at play. Once you look at the data and you see the link gap, you can get a rough estimate of the number of links you would need to outrank them at the domain level and at the page level. And if you're trying to do that with purely PR campaigns and nothing else, it will quickly get expensive, and you might find that since you can't target individual pages, you're having to overshoot link KPIs going to the homepage in the hope that all that extra link equity will filter down to the inner pages. So in conclusion, digital PR definitely has its benefits, and it's an activity you should be doing if you're in a competitive niche and you're trying to build a brand. For instance, here's an example of a site in the health niche. They used a combination of both digital PR and conventional link building, and surprisingly they did have links on sites that also sell links. And from what I can see from the DR breakdown of the backlink profile, it's quite a natural split in terms of links, both from media and from niche blogs. So in conclusion, is it a replacement to all other SEO activities in link building? No, but doing all these things has synergy, and when combined are very powerful and will help you drive SEO results. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button below this video. I really hope this video helps explain more about the benefits and the limitations of digital PR and how link building is still an essential part of overall strategy. If you have anything I might have missed, or you've had SEO success with digital PR or a combination, let me know by leaving a comment below right now.